What are some of the new skills you discovered through the master's program?
So, what did I learn that I didn't know before? Well, there's a lot. I very intentionally took some classes that would push me into places and environments where I wouldn't normally have been so far in my career. One of them is the designing e-learning environments. That was a really important one. I knew that I can't just put words out on the screen and they're going to interact with them like I would in a face-to-face environment. And so what did I need to know? Things I learned. Lesson flow is so important. Make sure that they understand this is first, second, and third, and fourth. Clarity of the purpose of what they're learning, making sure that it's right there. Whereas in a face-to-face, I would normally be just saying, oh yeah, don't forget this as they walk out, or I wanted to remind you. You don't necessarily get that in a remote learning situation. And then I also had to think, if I was sitting at home all alone and looking and seeing how this is going to work, then would there be anything missing? Would there be something missing where it's like, oh, there's a gap right there? So this class forced me to push myself in a direction where I had to pay attention to those things, because that might be something that I might want to do when I'm done working here at the school. Another class that I took was called Instructional Design. And I learned a lot in that class because I've designed the instructional materials for my own program here at the school, but I've never helped someone do it for their program. And that's what instructional design is, helping someone else do the things that they want to do in an effective way. So the final project in that class was creating a proposal to do instructional design for someone in a real life situation. And so I used the ADDIE process: analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. And I created a final project. I did it on Canva. I hadn't worked a whole lot on Canva before, so I started using that tool also. Went through the whole process of analyzing my situation. It was great to look at my own program and really do a deep dive and analysis about the students, about the content, about the background information that I have, about my whole setup, the shop that I'm working in and all that stuff. And it allowed me to design something new, develop it, and just give a sample to me as the potential client. It was good to see a lot of what I could maybe be doing after I'm done teaching. Maybe this is something that I really enjoy and I want to dig right into that. And if I do, there's so many jobs out there for that. And could I do it remotely? Maybe I don't want to move. Maybe I just want to stay home and work on these things part-time. I'm not sure. So that gave me the freedom to look at this and say, oh, okay, this might be something that I might want to do. Let's just sample it. Let's just learn a few skills that maybe I'm going to use anyways in my classes. And maybe I can help other teachers in my school too. The last class that I took was called Program Evaluation. I took it on recommendation from a colleague of mine who now works at the university there, and she said, oh, you might want to consult. This might be a good class for you to take. So I said, hey, it fit into my schedule and that was great. So I took it this last fall, and it was an excellent way for me to look at what program evaluation is, to explore, is this something that I want to do? I did find out a few things about myself. There are parts of program evaluation that I have no interest in doing at all. There are parts of program evaluation that really are interesting to me. I think I'd love to be part of focus groups where we interact and create questions. I don't think I really want to be part of the spreadsheet analyzing data. I want to look at the data. I don't want to be the guy to do the data. That's just not my personality. I'd rather visit with people. I'd rather ask probing questions. And that's what program evaluation was to me. I really enjoyed parts of the program. We went through a worksheet and it just laid it out so well, because it's like, do this, do this, do this. And now I need to write a report. I had to create a logic module. A logic model is a good way to analyze a program. I used my own program, my grade 9 survey mechanics course program, created a logic model for that. I just had to think about what I was doing to learn what program evaluation is. And I didn't have to think about asking questions about all of that to make sure that I understood how the system worked. So I guess I'm looking at what I'm going to be doing after I'm done my career teaching. I've got, half a decade left, and I plan on using that well. But then what after that?